You are listening to Indie Radio, where we do content the indie way.
Four minutes left. Three minutes left. 2 minutes. One minute.
Blessings. I need.
30 seconds. Ten seconds. 5,
Hello, and welcome to an all new episode of Men and Women Talk, the Mars Venus Show. I am one of your hosts, Kente, all the way live from Los Angeles, California, and I'm so happy to be here. And I am joined by my wonderful co-host, the one and only Mosaic. How you doing, Mosaic?
I'm good. Hey, Kinsey, how's everybody doing tonight?
Pretty
Hey, hey,
good,
hey.
pretty good. How was
Great.
your weekend?
It was good. It was good. This week has been pretty good. I can't complain at all. I'm ready for the next weekend.
And look, you and me both, for sure. Um, just to let you guys know, in our little countdown to get ready for the show, you heard music by a producer named Eyesight, who's actually my nephew, John.
Okay.
And what I'm going to start doing is play, you know, different music from different artists, independent artists and whatnot. And so if you guys want to have your stuff shown, or maybe even have have some of your trailers and stuff for your different projects, let me know, and then we can put it in the beginning. This lets people
Cool.
get an opportunity to come in, and so we don't just start to an empty audience.
Right.
So people can start gathering. So that's something that we want to make sure happens. So that was Eyesight, who's my nephew. I'm very proud. He's a really good producer. And anybody else who has something they want us to put in the beginning, let us know. You can, of course, hit us up at indieshowcasebooking@gmail.com. That's INDY showcasebooking@gmail.com. All right. So now let's get to our interview. We're going to do a series of interviews with funny people, both men and women. And today the ladies are first. And this young lady,
All
I've
right.
you're right. This young lady, I've been following for quite a while now on Instagram, and she's is from Chicago, which anybody who knows
Chicago,
me,
what's up?
I have
Hey, Chicago.
Chicago. I'm from Los Angeles, but I have a lot of Chicago family and everything. I go there all the time. And so we're going to talk about growing up in Chicago and all that stuff. But we have the wonderful, the incredible Ms Lipps. How you doing?
Hey, y'all. How y'all doing? What it
Hey,
do?
Miss Lynn. It's
What it
good.
do, guys?
Uh,
I am your homegirl, homie lover friend, baby. Ms Lipps from Chicago, baby. Yes. I am your
and
favorite auntie, your favorite baby mama, your favorite uncle, nigga. I would do it, nigga. I would get in your ass. Okay, because aunties ain't strong enough. You gotta get your ass off the court. You gotta put the deep voice in that shit. You know what I'm saying? Had to do that plenty of times with my little cousins and shit. Had to get a deep
uh,
voice on the ass. But yeah, I'm comedian from Chicago, mother for two grandkids, nigga. A hustler, grinder. I move around. COVID ain't stop shit. You know what I'm saying? Protest. I go out of town to protest. You know what I'm saying? You don't know who I am, nigga. I put my hands in the sun. Bitch put on some old Jordans, some little dirty ones, just in case the bitch got a run yet. You know what I'm saying? So, Black lives do matter. You know, and I'm just proud to be here on your show, honey. It's all black. I love it.
Yes.
I love it. I love it. Correction, my nephew, John, he goes by AI. It's his producer name. His company is Eyesight Production. So my bad. But thank you so much for giving us the music to play. Now, also, one thing I want to do is I really want to really push this season is supporting each other. And we know each other. We it's crazy to me, and this is just as a little side note. We'll get back to the interview. Is we'll know people who have books that they put out, music that they put out, movies or whatever, and a lot of times they're not even going for that much money, and we don't think to financially support each other.
That's true.
And one thing I want to change is this year, hopefully starting with our next episode, I want to all my people who have books and music and stuff. I want to make sure we push it on each show And also, I want to support our guests. And what we're asking is our guest, she has a Cash App. Make sure that you guys support her at $ comedian Ms Lipps. We're going to have it running throughout the show. But we want to make sure that we
Yeah,
support our
man, I got
artists.
one. You know, yep. He a year old. Them apples supposed to grip, man. You
You
know,
know,
he don't wear look to the organics, man. He allergic to everything, like
you
peaches, bananas, kiwi.
Poor baby.
He's allergic to did I say banana? Banana again, oatmeal, soy, fish, shrimp, eggs. Like he allergic to everything that I like. But
Aww.
he loves weed because he always find my missing blunts, man. He finds it dead fast. If I lose it, I'll just put him on the floor. I'll be like, yo, find mama blunt. And he be like, find that shit, man. On God. Yeah,
That's
we
hilarious.
definitely need to support black businesses. On God. You right about that, Kente. I just love your name, man. You just make me
thank
want
you,
to just
thank
go get some picnic cloth. I
you.
even put
Yeah.
Kente on my braids for you. Let me find
See,
it.
I love it. I love it. Now you know what I hate is like you'll have a book and your friend will be like, "Oh, I'm gonna get a free copy, right?" I'm like, "Negro, buy the book."
Buy the book, please.
I always want a free copy.
Buy the book. Buy the book.
Thank you.
Support
Oh, I love
Kente,
it.
guys.
I love
Okay,
it.
shout out to
So
okay.
we want to make sure we support our artists. All right. So the way that we do it was tradition on our show is we love to start from the beginning. So we love to talk. When it's your first time on the show, we like to start off with an origin story. So let's start off with yours. Where are you from originally? I know I kind of spoiled it, but talk about where you're from originally and what.
I'm gonna be repping my city to the day I die. Like I'm from the south side of Chicago. Like we are a rare breed, okay? We do everything extra, okay? We lay our clothes out on the bed the day before. We wash our shoes with toothbrushes. We use baking soda for no reason. Like it's all G. It's always like it has to be not perfect, but it has to look good. We're all about looking good in Chicago. And we can make it look good. It can come from the dollar store. We can make it look good. It came from the store. And I
Yeah.
just asked it like I just said, what, just look me out of me. You would look foofy if I put a little bow in it, you know what I'm saying? But there's originality. I think we the city of swag, like we great stylists, we great singers. A lot of comedians come from the Midwest. Um, I miss the taste of Chicago. I miss these festivals. I hate that all these black people are being killed. I'm so unhappy about this COVID situation. Because I had a lot of things going on for me. I was really going to shoot my comedy special. I was going to do a clean and a raw, dirty filthy. So in Chicago. So that's on the hold for me. But while I was in Chicago, I shot a documentary called Monroe Street. Chairman Fred Hampton lived on that street, and I shot a documentary, and I went to the airport, and my laptop got stolen.
Oh no.
So you really have to be careful, coming from Chicago because a lot of consciousness, a lot of corruption came from Chicago. A lot of people, if they talk about it, bad things will happen. You get blackballed, you'll get, there's so many things that people won't even let's fuck with you because they'll be too afraid to talk about this. You have so many people that retweet Black Lives Matter, but they don't protest. They don't support black businesses. They don't be in the streets. And you got some people that do go out there and give out stuff and be there for black businesses. It really depends. You really have to be careful. The people that you see on TV, some of them are active, conscious, and you have people that's on the front line as being conscious and serving consciousness. So that's one thing I really say that's in my I have the energy of a lot of conscious people, especially my ancestors. My grandmother, father, father was lynched by the Klan, and it completely destruct my family's household. This didn't happen in Chicago, but it happened in Mississippi. And another family member in North Carolina. So we've been going through this so long, even in Chicago. A lot of my family has been murdered, by different people. Like my baby daddy got killed in Kings in Chicago. It's a lot of tragedy that come from Chicago, and I talk about it. And I mention it a lot in my comedy. I say my comedy is very conscious comedy. So I try to tell stories in my comedy, coming from Chicago and from where I am now. LA, Scottsdale. I move around a lot. Hopefully soon Japan, because I will have a residency out there. As long as I pay these parking tickets in LA. So yeah, I just talk about real shit from Chicago, man, and I bring that gift of gab and that game. See, if I didn't have the game that I was raised on, because I had a lot of cousins, I can't name y'all niggas from Chicago, was pimps. Oh, they got my cousin on IG. What's up, Sonya? So I got a lot of older cousins that taught me the game. And I'm glad they did, because they was able to help me when I go to the comedy store and Laugh Factory, and Hollywood Hollywood improv and different places like that, flappers and things like that. I know how to build myself up and how to confidence to get on stages and represent my city on the South Side, because a lot of people ain't from where I'm from. I'm from Roseland, so.
Um, Now one thing, being from LA, when I go there, my sister lives in Chicago, and her family is they have a place called Harold's Chicken, and I love me some
Heroes.
Harold's Chicken. I love me some Harold's Chicken. That's one of those things that and Lou Malinati's deep dish pizza are my two favorite things when I go to Chicago. So
Mm-hmm.
recently
Making me
they
hungry.
yeah, right. Recently they put a Harold's Chicken out here in LA. Have you seen it? Have you been there?
Yeah, in Hollywood. If you look on my IG, I'm the person that's right. As soon as they put the board up, I took a picture. This was years ago. As
Hmm.
soon as they put the board up, it was like Chicago, you know, um, Harold's Chicken gonna be in Hollywood on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. I took a picture on it, because I want people to know I was first. I hit it first, But yeah, they do have good chicken. It's a kind of overpriced, kind of like they should give you like a Chicago stamp if you're from Chicago, 10%, 15% off. Cause like
Right.
five chicken wings should be $25. I'm just saying, you know,
Right. $5
like
a wing. Yeah.
I know motherfucking Di Cole, you know what I'm saying? I'm just
Right.
trying to get 5 wings, you know what I'm saying? Extra crispy, fresh, with some fries and coleslaw on the side. Yeah, so.
My nephew Charles, when I because he loves Harold's, from Chicago, and I told him we have a Harold's now, and I said it was pretty good. It's pretty good. It tastes uh really close to back in Chicago, and he don't believe it. He's like, when I come to LA, we're gonna find out, but I don't believe. He's like, I don't
Yeah,
believe it. He's like,
yeah,
so
yeah. You can't really like impress a Chicagoan. It's just not gonna happen. Like if you be like, oh, this is the place where you can make this place got the best cupcakes or the best pizza. They're gonna be like, bitch, no. They're gonna tell you about some auntie in Chicago that make the best caramel cake. Like they're gonna tell you about all types. Because one thing about Chicago, a lot of Chicago people know how to cook. You know what I'm saying? We come from cooking. Like you want a lamb burger? Oh, okay, let me go to, we used to have a store called Moinoik. Let me go to Moinoik and get a lamb burger. You know what I'm saying? I literally saw people making sausages from scratch when I was in Chicago. I mean, talking about real cooking. I mean, like, you understand, like, people making homemade cheesecakes from scratch. Ain't no sour cream in that shit. Like even the Cheesecake Factory, like stop putting sour cream in that shit. Like that don't belong in cheesecake. That don't belong in cheesecake. Take the sour
Right.
cream out. Put butter in that shit. You know what I'm saying? But again, you go to Cheesecake Factory and spend $25 on cheesecake and you don't get the right things. So, Chicago is known for putting those right ingredients in their food. So you can go down the street, eat a potato chip factory. You can smell it miles and miles away. It's called James Potato Chips.
That's
And Lay's
amazing.
copy them, but we're not gonna talk about that because that's shit that's in political correct. But okie doke, popcorn. You got a lot of imitators, but that's the best hot stuff popcorn I have ever tasted in my life. Hot country curls. Flaming
Yeah,
hot. It's like
some Garrett.
there's always it's always some side babies. That's what I call it. It was some side babies, you dig? So you gotta understand what's real and what's duplicate. So Chicago is real and there's a lot of duplicates out here. Yes. How you doing, sis? Hey.
Now,
Yes.
now let
I'm
me
also live on IG. Check me out on Ms Lipps, Comedienne Ms Lipps on IG. Love you, sis.
now let me ask you this
Yes.
question. So were you one of those people at a young age that was always funny? That did you have the comedy bug at a young age?
Oh yes. Oh my God. Oh my God, yes. Oh my God. Growing up in Chicago, and I'm so blessed that my grandparents raised me in a house. I wasn't raised in the project, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't like, yeah, I done down around that good time. No, 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 no. I'm glad it wasn't like that because I don't think I would have made it. I think my mouth would have got me killed. My spoilers would have got me chopped off because I was raised as a Jehovah Witness. My grandmother was Jehovah Witness. My granddaddy was like a Black Panther Baptist. You dig? So he was more so at home on Sundays instead of at church and shit. Yeah, watching on TV. But he would watch Soul Train every fucking like he was on Soul Train, like Soul Train every fucking week. He was on that. But you got people like that, and my grandmother, she's a Gemini, she was very prissy. So she would dial me up. I always had gloves and I had a purse at 2. I had, pipes on and shit. I was like, damn, I think I got itch. You know what I'm saying? I was cute and itchy. So growing up in Chicago, it was just one of those things where you had to look cute. That was like the main thing. You had to look clean and you had to look cute. And my grandmother, she kind of taught me how to be kind of like classy. So I like call myself Clatchet. And
Sure.
she showed me how to keep up the house. She showed me how to wash clothes because we had a washer and a dryer. So I always had clean clothes, clean shoes. I always was, on point, things like that. I just had to shell out of my shit with my cousins. And they was musty and crusty. But we ain't gonna go there because I got some cousins watching. What's up, cuz? Not you, not you, not you, but you know who I'm talking about, right? You anyway. But I love growing up in Chicago. We had fun. I used to have like a big wheel. I would drive a big wheel in the backyard. One thing having the house, you had a big backyard. I would help my grandma plant flowers and things like that. Um, I would see my granddaddy cut grass. So I used to be addicted to gasoline. I used to be addicted to the smell of gasoline for some reason. I think that's probably why my head, kind of crazy and shit. I used to love that because he'd be cutting grass and I just be out there helping him putting the stuff, doing kind of like boy shit. But he didn't let me carry the stuff. He just let me put it in the bag. That right.
Yeah, I
But
think they call that huffing when you like markers and gas and stuff. I ain't gonna lie,
right.
I did kind of like the smell of gas too for a while, but I don't know if I was addicted to it, but I definitely did kind of like the smell. So Maybe.
Yeah. Oh, fresh cut grass smells amazing. Like, I used to enjoy those times, with my granddad, because like I said, my granddad was very conscious. He smoked cigarettes. He was old school. Even Martin Luther King smoked cigarettes. It really wasn't like a big deal back in the day. But he smoked cigarettes and he drank his gin and shit. He put his gin in his coffee. My granddad was an old gangster. He was a real gangster. Okay, he had plenty leather jackets, so a bitch always had a leather jacket. You know what I'm saying?
Dr. Amir is so
you know, you know, it's so funny though. Like I had a conversation. I think we might have lost our guest. Hold on a second. Let me see. She's frozen. Uh, Hopefully we'll get her back in. Uh, Technical difficulty. So anyway, so you know what? Let's do this. Let's do a shout out, and then I'll get to my thought. I see in our chat room, I see Dr. Amira,
Dr.
I see
Amira, hey girl.
Monica, Black Diamond, Renee is in the chat.
Okay.
I see Ronald Smith, big Ronald Smith. We got to get him back on the show. My nephew John is in the chat room.
Seven nephews.
Bobby, good Bobby. Robert is in the chat room as well. And I know there's other people that haven't made themselves known. So let yourself be known so we can give you guys proper shout out.
Right.
We're having a technical difficulty with our guest, so we're just waiting for her to get back in. And also, I want to. This is a great time to do this. I'll put this link into the chat room. I had to create a whole new YouTube account, and so long story, but I had to make a whole new YouTube account. Started back from the beginning, so. I would love for you guys to subscribe to it. If you're not on it, please make sure that you guys subscribe. We created a whole new account, and I need you guys to subscribe to it. We had 7,000, almost 7,000 subscribers on it.
Wow.
So I got to do this crap all over again. So let's see. Do you watch Star Trek or Star Wars or both? I'm more of a Star Wars person, but I've watched both. I've watched both of them. I wouldn't say I'm a fanatic or anything like that.
Yeah, I'm not.
But yeah, I've watched them both. I've seen all the movies and everything. I've seen all the movies. I think of both. So let's see. Monica says she's a Trek person.
A Trekkie.
Yeah. That's an interesting question. All right, here we go. We got our guests back. All right, welcome back.
Okay, I had to get it together. Okay.
Hey, it's all good. It's all good. So, it's interesting. We're talking about smells, right? And I don't know if you ever had a conversation with somebody where they're trying to relate to you, like it's some common stuff, and then you're like, no, I don't know. I don't agree with that. Like this one guy, I was talking to this guy once. It was this white cat, and then he was like, "We're just talking about things we like about women, right?" And he was like, "Don't you like the like when a woman smells bad?" Like, I'm like, no. He was like, oh man,
you got there. Can't tell how much sometimes.
He was like, yeah, like when a woman's underarms are musty. I'm like, no. Who likes that? What guy likes that?
He like it.
He's an animal. He's an animal.
Yeah, I was like, no, wash your underarms, girl. That's what I would say. I don't like that. She come back from work, I'll be like, no, go to the bathroom, girl, before we do anything. But no, it's weird. But anyway, so let's get into how did you first get into stand-up comedy? Because there's a lot of people who think they're funny. There's a lot of people who think they should go up on stage. And to be honest with you, just because you're funny with your homies, with your family, don't mean you're gonna make a great stand-up. So what was the thing that got you to get into stand-up comedy and let you know that you should be on stage, that you weren't just a funny person around your family?
Well, I started out doing poetry, I started writing. That was my main thing. My main thing was writing. That was I was able to get into the Chicago Defender paper. And I was we think we had some writing contests, and I was able to meet Maxine Walters and some other, I don't remember the other celebrity, but I remember Bernie Mac was there at my school. I think it was Samuel Gompers on the south side of Chicago. And I remember like getting applauded and things like that. I was mostly talking about the oceans and the sea and things like that. And now this is a time I never been to an ocean. I never been to a sea, none of that. Like my imagination was I was maybe I was like 10. I was very young. Never, like I said, I never been to the beach, never been to the Navy Pier, none of that stuff. So um, but I was talking about the thunder in the beach. I was talking about the waves and how the energy was going, making the water go back and forth in the beach. And I just thought it was so damn deep. I had to find because I had it. My mother died in 2019 or 18. I remember it was so devastating. I don't remember the year. Um, and all this stuff came out, all this stuff, these old letters and everything came out. I found a lot of stuff that my mom saved of me for me performing. I used to do ballet. I went to Carver High School. We had a ballet class. I did ballet and things like that. Theater. I played the violin. Played like the flute and things like that. So I was always had music, theater, and things like that in my family. Always thought I was silly or crazy. They would say, "Oh, girl, she crazy," and my mom, she was mentally crazy. So I was like, I ain't crazy. And it was just that I just like I hate when people say that, you crazy. They just can't say, "Oh, you funny." Oh, like I have family
Right.
like, "Oh, my cousin is a little comedian." And it's like when they when they get on my IG or whatever I post, and people be like, "What? You don't know who you talking to." This chick, having conversations with David Chappelle at the comedy store. She's having conversations with different celebrities and things like that. Everybody that knows somebody know who I am because I go out there, I grind, I get on these stages. I'm not like any other female comedian. I'm very artistic. I'm an artist. I like to call myself more so an artist, more so than a comedian. But I love that. I love improving. I love theater. I'm going to start doing some theater stuff really soon, you guys. You guys going to be up for a really big surprise. I just did 2 movies. I made a horror comedy movie called Santeria. One of our props is in the back. This is my little voodoo doll. I call her Foofy Foofy. I be playing with her pussy just to see if she'll
Lord.
move. Be like, I just be like, bitch, wake up! Like, what I'm saying? My mom, let me tell you real quick. My mom she was dead in the casket. Like, she was like really freezing cold. I'm rubbing her leg. I'm rubbing her leg. I'm talking to her. I'm rubbing her feet, massaging her feet. My family think I'm going completely crazy. But I noticed that I was chanting the Chucky chant because I was like, awake! And he was like, what is you doing? I'm trying to bring my mama back to life and shit. I'm just like,
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We're technical difficulties. Um,
Kiddo.
all
Anyway.
right, so
oh,
all right, so the Wi-Fi demon is on the loose tonight.
Right.
So we'll give her a moment to get back in and figure that out. I want to give a shout out to Ryan
Hey,
Perez
Ryan.
in the house. Who Ryan Perez? That's how he deleted Clubhouse. Talk about it's a time waster.
He said he did. It can be a
Yeah,
time waster though.
look. When I want to waste time, I waste time on Clubhouse.
You're right. Right. You gotta have some time to waste. That is true.
Yeah. All right.
Hey,
I'm sorry.
Robert.
All right. So it's the
Yes,
dreaded
I don't know what's
Friday.
going on. I guess I was talking about real shit. You know what I'm saying? The energy was like,
And
that's
yeah, the internet was like, no.
oh wait, look, oh wait, you know, Egyptians literally are in tombs with, not, I love braids, but twists like dress like you got. Twists like
Mhm.
literally, you take they had pictures of the mummies just like looking like they not dead. They just sleep, you know? But,
Yeah, they were well
again,
preserved.
right. And again, I really believe they will rise again. I really believe that. I really believe that. But we would, a lot of our ancestry stuff is in museums locked up, and we have to pay to go see those things. I think I think somebody needs to talk more about that. But the British has all our ancestry, gold and jewelry and memorabilia. And I'm definitely going to start traveling. I really never. I really want people to start traveling more so we can find out who we really are. Because I took an ancestry.com test and it just confirmed some stuff because my great grandmother, she died when she was 98, 96. So she was able to tell me a lot of my ancestry, .com without the .com. You did. So I learned that a lot of my people are from Africa, but they're from the Ashanti tribe. And I found out that a lot of the women in that tribe were soldiers. They was warriors. It was some bad, they some bad queens. I'm telling you, they run their village. They were strong women. They mothered many children. They was good gatherers. Like they was leaders. So I come from a family of leadership. My ancestors were leaders, and they was beautiful. They was beautiful queens. So they just confirmed me more stuff. Like when they told me that my family was Ashanti tribe, and I had like some Asian and 2% European. Can you believe that? I
Mm.
said, bitch, I'm like 2% milk in this bitch. But when I found out the results, it kind of like confirmed a lot for me, and I found out a lot of people. I'm related to a lot of celebrities, so I found that out too. Because my father's side is from New Orleans, so
Mm.
a lot of my family Creole base from Baton Rouge and stuff like that. So I have a lot of that. Um, and I feel it too when I go back. And when I go back to New Orleans, it's crazy because they don't understand me and I don't understand them because a lot of people I talk to they speak French Creole, so I say we hola whatever, and they be like, no, bitch, that's not our language.
Mm.
So but when they get to talking and it just sounds more and more and more like my native tongue, So it just pays to listen sometimes and just sit back and let the energy come in, let that third eye pop in. You can listen and understand that, these people are trying to tell you something and you need to listen. But I'm definitely want to get I want to get my passport for me and my family, and I want to travel a lot of places. I really want to go to France. I really want to go to Africa. I really want to go to Japan. I really want to just travel and get my passport stamped as much as I can as a comedian and perform different places. And I want to go out there with my nonprofit, because I do have different places that I want to go and talk about Black people and our culture and teach and things like that. That's my legacy I want to do. I want to teach people how to be artistic and
Uh-oh. That's that Wi-Fi demon.
The Wi-Fi. We call them the nigger bots on
like
Clubhouse.
live.
Uh, uh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny. It's always when somebody's making a really good point, then it's bad.
Then it goes right.
See.
Oh yeah, honey. Yes, yes. That's true. That's true. I think key words that you say that can make it, the powers that be fuck with it, because I really believe when you say ancestors or you talk about, you know, different things and finding out saying queens and different things, like you can't say the letter bomb or bomb on an airplane. I really believe you can't say certain things on YouTube or Facebook too as well, because it flags and things like that. But I mean, as a woman, I'm used to that anyway. So you just have to you know try to stay unpolitically incorrect. That's why I'm working on clean comedy as well, because I really want to get not to the kids, but I really want to reach the teens, because I think the teens is the way, because the teens, the technology they have is like you can't really keep up. Kids are on a whole nother level than us. So it's best to get content that kids. Because I asked my daughter how many comedians she know, and she named a couple of comedians, but she said Kevin Hart was one of her favorite comedians, other than myself. And I love that even my 12-year-old that really don't watch comedy know who Kevin Hart is. You know what I'm saying? And I love that, because he, his comedy can, kids can watch it. Basically, it's not so graphic where kids can be like, "Oh my God, that's too much." And then he talk about his teenage children. So I think Kevin Hart is one of my favorite comedians. He's one of my Jamie Foxx, one of my favorite comedians. I mean, I was watching that You Embarrass Me. I thought it was funny. I just loved it. I just love how he's talking about his own personal relationship he has with his own daughter. And a lot of comedians don't let you in on their life, because some comedians' life is so fucked up in the game. They can't show you their home. They can't show you nothing. They can only show you shit in their car. They can only show you shit. It's like some comedians have very dark energy. And I just love the fact Jamie Foxx he's a radio, like he does radio, he does singing, he does move, he's an actor. He came from, a foster care system. His parents wasn't there. He knows the struggle. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure one day he'll have a book about some stuff that happened to him. But it's always something tragic that happens to comedians, and the pain we have to like reflect it into laughter. Laughter is like it's like our high, it's like our drug. Our weed. Our pills, our Hennessy. You know what I'm saying? But I love to talk about a lot of my pain and it turn it to, laughter. Like I got a dirty joke talking about how my father molested me, but he really didn't molest me. He was just trying to find a diamond in my pussy, because he was looking at the light. He just couldn't stay out of my path. It's like, and then when I say that joke, people are like, "Oh my God, did she say that?" And then people are like, "Oh my God, my daddy played this like," and it's like, and you have a whole lot of people in the audience telling you how many people that got molested and they got their hand up. And you'd be surprised how many people suffer through, trial.
I'll be honest with you. I would say of all the women I've dated as an adult, I would say probably about 85% had been molested. Those are the ones that expressed it to me.
Express it, yeah.
Or raped, or I mean, it's so common.
Actually, trauma.
I'm a survivor myself, so I know how. But I was just having a conversation just on Clubhouse the other day, and we're talking about how, almost every woman you come in contact has some type of experience with some form of either sexual abuse or sexual harassment, whether if it's catcalling on the street. Men tend to accost women like like it's nothing. And so they were talking about, how do you decipher between when somebody's lying, when it's not true, like somebody's accusing somebody of doing something like that, and when it's actually real. And I was like, well, just about every woman you come across has experienced some type of harassment in some kind of way from someone sexually. There's not a day that, we don't go by without somebody probably saying something to us when we're walking to the mailbox or going to the store or whatever. So,
But I mean, okay, I had a little pushback though, because I mean, there's catcalling and being annoying, but then there's also shooting your shot. I mean, I mean, I'm 44 years old, right? I'll be 45 this year. When I came up, we used to go to the mall and get numbers. Like,
oh
you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? And like now, I remember I was talking to a guy. I said this on the show before, and I was dating this girl, and he was like, "How'd y'all meet?" And I was like, "She was at the grocery store." Dude, it was a young guy. He couldn't believe that you just walked up to a girl and started talking to her. Like, it's so detached. Like, so many women even say that guys don't walk up to them. They'll be looking, but they don't speak.
Say anything. That happens. I mean, there's delivery. There's, you know, like if you in a grocery store and I say y'all both in the pasta aisle, you just strike up a conversation like, oh, what you about to go, just something like that. That's different. But there's times where women are, like you may like somebody excuse me or they might, hey, like, hey girl, you be like, I'm not interested in them. They be like, well then fuck you then, bitch. You like,
I'm telling
then
you,
you have those. So that's what
the
it's
grocery store is my
but
stomping grounds.
right.
I'm a
That's a
I'm
good
the
place. I mean, it's better than the club. It's better.
I'm the Kroger pimp. Okay,
Oh no, you get a different type of woman if you go to Whole Foods.
right.
You get a whole type of. Let me tell you about vegan dick. Okay, vegan dick is goat. Okay, because the sperm tastes like broccoli with a little gravy on the side. Okay, so
I'm not.
you know, some vegan dick, and get all that toxins out your life because I have to ask guys honestly. I hate asking guys this. Do you eat pork? And if they say, "Oh, I like a little bacon every now and then," that's when I walk the fuck away because I cannot date a motherfucker that's up here eating a pork chop sandwich and I'm eating, something that have none of that in it. Like, what I'm saying? I can't do it. It's two different things. Like, I can't. I have tried and I cannot do it. Okay. So,
Yeah, there's a
I have
difference though.
What if the guy goes, all right, give me 2 weeks to do a cleanse, and then we're gonna get it popping?
again, I cannot stress you.
There's a difference there, and it would seem crazy. Like, what you mean? Like,
No,
men or women who are, who eat better are different. They smell different,
thank
taste
you.
different. It's a big difference in how you they especially the smell part. So like, if you sweat a lot. And like you
Mm-hmm.
smell different when you eat meat versus if you don't eat a lot of meat. And like people who
That
try
is
to switch to natural deodorant for regular
Right.
people, you cannot just switch. There's a process. You got to do like a little detox up under there. You got to put some clay and get them toxins out that's backed up from the antiperspirant you've been wearing. And when that smell come out, you're gonna know why you probably shouldn't eat so much meat.
right. And it takes more than 2 weeks to cleanse. It's more than what you eat. It's also a mindset. If you put in your mind, this could kill me. This could make me lonely for a long time. You're in LA, so you got more women that's vegan out there than more
Yep.
than and people in the South because one thing I have learned in LA, you have so much variety. Like you have so many. You have if you love tacos, you're good. But I was able to lose weight in LA just drinking horchata and eating Mexican corn and having like having a taco with no meat on it. You know what I'm saying? So I was able to, figure it out and drop a lot of things out of my diet, which was meat. And I lost weight, honey. That body was like, whoop. I'm going to get back on that diet as soon as possible. Right now, I'm breastfeeding. I just had a son. So I have to be really careful what I do when I eat because he's allergic to everything. Okay.
Oh, wow.
I pop more clarity than these motherfuckers out here popping Molly.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Yeah, but
Okay.
you have to, if you, Ken say, if you want to meet a good girl, if you want to meet like, okay, yeah, five, go to Rainbow. I mean, just
Go to Rainbow. The $7
go
though.
to K&G, go to Walmart, bitch. Like,
Don't go to Walmart.
Oh man. Yeah,
That relationship gonna last as long as they vegetables.
Go to the beauty supply store, nigga. Go to the beauty supply store. Go to the motherfucking OBGYN. Ask me a bitch if she need a ride. That's how you get them, okay?
I love it. I love it. All right, so let's talk about the comedy scene. You being a woman, a black woman, I can imagine that there's some challenges possibly going on. Maybe the way the other comedians and the people that run these venues treat you. Just talk about your experiences when it comes to that.
I found out that a lot of my beef in these streets are not with white people, unfortunately. My
Mm.
beef in these streets is mostly by black men. Okay. Um, like for instance, I was supposed to do a club, um, Carpet Blues or something like that, some club in Phoenix. Not too far from my job. I brought a whole bunch of people. My homeboy from California came. He even got on the bus and came. I brought my kids with me and things like that. My son, I think he was about 6 months old. He's a good baby when he goes to the comedy club because he's like it's his second home. Um,
Mm.
so the guy did not let me get on stage, and he didn't give me a reason why. I had family that was there and everything. So a comedian, he was like, "What's up?" So he heard the guy was like, "Oh, who's getting on stage?" And he didn't say me. So I was like, "Oh, okay." I was like, "Well, do you know a lot of my people out there from a whole nother state?" He said, "Well, it's a lot of people." He was just really like, he was on like this power ego move and things like that. And I'm like, okay. So then a lot of people's like, why are you going? Like a lot of comedians like, well, why are you not up? All these other people going up, like, And I was like, yeah, it's this personal thing about certain black men out here that I don't know if it's intimidation. I don't know if it's some type of I remind them of their mama or their auntie that molest them, or I don't know what it is, like baby mama that they paying child support to. I think it's a trigger. I don't know what it is, but he did not let me on stage. But my son at 6 months was able to get on stage with this comedian. And that like melted my heart because my
Wow.
son name is Comedy with a K. And he was able to, get on stage with this comedian. I forgot his name. But I thought that was but yeah, but I have different people that don't understand the art of comedy. Comedy is an art, and it shouldn't be like, "Hey guys, guess what?" Or get on stage and da 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 and tune in and things like that. And people love that. When I talk about real shit, I talk about my life. When people try to quiet me, or they don't like the fact that I tell the truth in my comedy, either it's male or female. So I have went different places in LA. Now LA love my comedy. I have been booked everywhere in LA. Phoenix,
Right.
no, not so much by black people. But I had a lot of people in my way trying to stop my shine in LA. Like and I had to definitely fight for what I had. Nothing was given to me. And I didn't fuck my way in the industry. And I love that I didn't have to do that because, ain't nobody finna pimp me, because I see a lot of females getting pimped like that in this industry. I mean, there's some comedians out here that got ran through in this industry, and they are old whole reparations, and they're like, "Oh, remember I sucked your dick in '96? Oh, remember I sucked your dick in 2002? You gonna get her whole state without me?" And it's like,
Wow.
I ain't gonna suck your dick. Like, you better let it go. Like, I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? I'm not fucking your dick after she sucked your dick. You get this big ass fucking pimple on her fucking mouth. So y'all can have that. You know what I'm saying? I want to stay pimple free, herpes simplex 1 2 free. I ain't got time for that. So, it's just what you doing on your ground and mean what you say and say what you mean. Because if you go in the game fucking, you're going to come out the game fucking. And pussy ain't like a rubber band like it used to be. Like, that shit. No, you can. Ain't no vinegar shot. Like, you can do Kegels, but if you've been ran through, like dick, and all your pussy know is dick, your pussy gonna be walking and your pussy gonna be on the floor.
Oh my god!
You like, damn, what's that? You trip over your pussy and shit? No, I'm not. No, I'm not gonna trip over my pussy or none of that.
Now, how I found out about you originally was there's a guy named Tariq Nasheed who you guys know him from the Hidden Colors series. He produced that.
Yes, that's my brother. Yes,
very popular podcast, so he I believe he was on Instagram and you popped on, and I thought you were funny, and that's how I started following you. And this was maybe I want to say a year or two ago.
It was. Yeah, it was. Tariq Nasheed. I love Tariq Nasheed. I love D. Thurman. That's his people that help him and promote his stuff and stuff like that. FBA. I actually love Tariq Nasheed. Like, I love Hidden Colors. Like, my daughter went to Paradise Valley College, and I was so happy that her library that she worked at the time had Hidden Colors documentaries in there. They didn't have nothing else black in there. This is the crazy part, because this is an all white house here. They had Hidden Colors in there, all three. And I was so happy I had to let Tariq Nasheed know this, because that is what we need. We need educational content that's going to teach not only black people, but white people and Hispanic people, all people. Definitely these kids that's coming in and learning about our history, black history. They definitely need to watch Hidden Colors. Like, I was on Clubhouse the other day, and this white Italian comedian was saying, "Oh, you people," she said "you people," and I had to let her know, you cannot say those two words. You cannot say "you people." I let her know. I said, you will say that in some places and you would get beat the fuck up. I told her this. And I didn't mean to threaten her on Clubhouse. It was like, okay, you're going to get banned for threatening this white bitch and all this shit. I was like, I'm not threatening her. I'm just letting her know that it's a call to this shit. Certain things you can't say to a black woman, certain things you can't say to a black man, certain things that white people just can't fucking say. And I was just telling her real shit. If I get blocked on Clubhouse for telling real shit, fuck Clubhouse. You know what I'm saying? So, I just had to educate her. I said, you're wise enough to know what's going on in this country. White people are killing black people. You know what I'm saying? White cops killing black people. Now they're killing kids. How can you be so ignorant to not know that you people is like saying you niggas or nigger? You know what I'm saying? So, I think what we need to do again, like back in the day, is start checking people and letting them know, hey, no disrespect, I have to check you. I have to check you so you won't be ignorant. So, I love the fact that Tariq Nasheed has that intellectual content available so people can learn, just in case they don't. I love Hidden Colors though.
Me too. I'm a huge fan of that. And I had the opportunity.
That bug breaking is gonna be fire.
Oh wait, I think I could. No, wait, it's not available yet. But I
Yeah, it's not
um
available.
I had the pleasure of interviewing him when part three came out. So and that was
Yeah.
really cool. It was very nice of him to do it because he was on his way to do to go overseas, I believe, to do promotion, and he fitted in right before he left. So literally, he left to
Mhm.
go to get on the airplane. So it was very nice of him to do that. I really appreciated
Mhm.
that. But
And you see how he move. He don't move like everybody else. That's what I like about Tariq Nasheed. And I love that he has a wife, and you can see how beautiful his wife is and his children. Because there's a lot of people that they really don't live. They really are really bad liars when they're really not married to women. They don't have relationships with women. I mean, Tariq, he's a husband, and an author, and it's more to that when you're a husband. That means you have a home front, and you understanding that a black woman, you need a black woman first of all. You know what I'm saying? And a black woman needs you. So it's structured. I like the fact that he's structured and he represents his wife. You don't see his wife with no black eyes and shit like that. Like I have, I'm not gonna throw no names out here, but I have seen people in the industry and I've seen their significant others, and you could tell they've been getting their ass beat. Like they got the mark on the eye, and it's like, it's very toxic, and it's like, you want to be like, wait 3 times, bitch, so we can leave. Like, I don't mean it, but it's like that person gonna have to learn how to leave that relationship. And if she called me even today, if she see this, she know that I got her back. But yeah, I love the fact Tariq he has a family life. I love that because I do too. I don't have a husband yet, but I'm ready for him. I'm celibate. Like I've been celibate for a very long time. When God, like say, look, this is your husband, and I'm gonna be like, nah, because motherfucking talk to that nigga again.
hey, I,
What
I
are
was
we?
uh, I was celibate for 13 years.
Exactly, and ain't
That's a
nothing
long
wrong with it
time.
because that
But
13 years.
well, I mean, it was the first 13 years of my life, but that counts, right?
You know it.
Right, right. Well, yeah. Honestly, it's nothing wrong with waiting for the right person. I'm just gonna say
Right.
that. There's nothing wrong with saving and fasting and praying for that right person, because when you, like I said, I have been in many relationships that was toxic, so I would know the signs of toxicity, right? So I honestly, I don't like being single out here, but I know that I can't have anybody in my home or helping me run my business or putting his pork chop dick in me. I can't have that. You know what I'm saying? Because niggas be lying talking about, well, I ain't have no pork chops. And then they take a shit, the whole house smell like pork chops. And
Mm-mm.
it's like, no, I can't. I really can't deal with liars. I can't deal with scammers. You know, no, I just can't. I think so. Williams he eats pork too. Yeah, he's a pork eating motherfucker. So if you conscious and you a pork eating motherfucker, I just can't really. I can't really fuck with you.
Another thing I saw you on was the Zoe What show. You were a frequent contributor on that show as well, and
Thank you.
you
I
know,
actually was a producer and a comedian of that show.
mm, okay.
Yeah,
Thank
at
you
Dash
for
Radio. He
clarifying.
didn't give me my accolades or my credit for the show. And that's one thing I have learned. You have to put credits. That's why it's important when you watch any movie any series, listen to any music, you will see that there are credits. People's names have to be on that. You have to let people know that they are contributing to this content. And he was not that type of person. I felt, and a lot of people told me like that nigga is he's dirty as fuck what he did to you. I have so many fans. It's like, and they watch and they tell me and they like, man, I can't believe that happened to you. Even people that was on the foxhole with Zoe Williams, they like, well, they just couldn't believe that I ain't even gonna call him a man. That person did that. They're like, we tried to get in contact with you for a long time. He kept telling us that he's managing you. I'm like, Zoe never managed me. Who told you that? Zoe? But he would get on Periscope because he would do Periscopes before his shows, and he would be like, "Oh yeah, I got Ms Lipps and this Lips and all this and doing all this fake shit on the camera, but being a whole different person off camera." So I booked different people on his show. I booked Pierre on his show. I booked Young Pharaoh on his show. I tried to book Shane. Shane was like, I tried to book. I tried to put Auntie P on the show, and it hurt so dirty. Like I just can't believe how he treated her. I just was like devastated because he thought because she had this voicemail at the time. Hey, you reached Auntie Fee. This, and she had a lot of cursing in it, and he was like, he judged her upon that. But that lady not only was a comedian, she was a pioneer in her neighborhood. She was a very good cook on YouTube, and she was very entertaining. And he just shitted on her, and I didn't appreciate that. Me and him went back and forth on that, and then she ended up dying. I think that if he would have did that interview, it would have been really dope because legacy. My thing is legacy. You know what I'm saying? Like years and years, this content would be on YouTube, and I'll be like, "Oh yeah, I remember I did the show," and then people be like, "Yeah, that was a good highlight of your life during that time in 2021 and things like that." He didn't even think that she deserved that opportunity, and that hurted me so bad because me and her will talk intimately on the phone about different things in the industry and the game and things like that. And excuse me if I cry, because her name was Auntie Fee, and she was like Auntie.
I remember her.
And she didn't like how another comedian treated her too, which was Steve Harvey. And you just have to be careful with these black industry guys that call themselves conscious and things like that. You have to be really careful, like the Christians say, devil or wolf in sheep clothing, things like that. So you really have to be very conscious of who you call a leader or things like that, and who you look up to. But I booked Brother Polite on his show, and that's one of his top shows. I didn't get no producer cred. I didn't get any credit for that. I did many shows with Zoe, many shows, and I live in Phoenix. I have been living in Phoenix for a very long time. My family is out here. I would drive to Phoenix or fly to Phoenix and go to Dash Radio, do the show, and then I do a show at the Comedy Store, do a show here, do a show there. I was always grinding, networking, putting my, getting my comedy stuff together, doing different things, doing different projects with other friends, things like that. I have done like about 7 movies. A lot of about 5 of them are not ready to put out yet, but I'm in 7 movies. When I reach that type of momentum, when I get out, I bet all those 7 movies will come out. And you'd be surprised how much content people film and it never come out until a person get on. You know what I'm saying? I have so much unreleased music, videography from different people, different projects that has not came out. Like I said, my Fred Hampton documentary was stolen from me from the airport, or however. I think it had to be from the airport. It was stolen. It's completely stolen.
Wow.
I had a MacBook stolen from a storage in Hawthorne. I have so much content is stolen from me, honestly, and so much stuff has been taken from me, that would have helped my career along the way, and a lot of these people were black. They was niggas. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
It's sad. It's really
Hmm.
sad.
Yeah,
I
it's
think that
very unfortunate. Go ahead,
I
Jose.
I think that it will. I know that the comedy industry, like other industries like music or whatever, entertainment, period, can be treacherous. People get into their egos and they think they're larger than life or larger than the next person, and they feel like they have a little pull. And I don't care what kind of industry you're in. Anytime you get black people that feel like they got some pull, they ain't in charge, but baby, they act a whole fool, and it's not like they're not acting like themselves. That's when their true selves are coming out. So they've already felt those kind of ways, like they've better than certain kind of people. When you put certain people in power, a little bit of power, they go a little crazy. That's unfortunate. Those things happen to you, like your things being stolen. But I feel like if anything, that was that God allowed someone to take, then he'll give you something better. Because he never let somebody take something to have you not do something better. So even though those things were taken, you don't even want them back. People say, "I'm going to get back what the devil stole." No, no, I want what God has for me. That's better. So
That's
don't
right.
let him take it. If he was able to take it, it wasn't mine in the first place. Go ahead and use that. I got
Yeah.
something else that he's gonna do for me. So yeah, if you have that kind of attitude, then you're gonna go far, no matter who tries to take you or tries to spit on you or shit on your name or whatever.
Yeah, very well
Oh
said.
yeah, because um, as a black woman, you have to have not only tough skin, but you have to walk in full confidence that God got you, no
Hmm.
matter what. God makes my ultimate decision. God knows the timing that I need. God knows. God knows what I need. God knows what my legacy. He didn't already show me. He didn't already show me my legacy. I was at the comedy store laughing, talking about how I'm gonna have a son. I didn't have no son at this time. I wasn't even thinking about having a son. I got three daughters. I have a son now. And it's like I already talked him up. So, I have a thing where I do every day. I manifest, I put on my mantras, I have a prayer rug, I sage every day. My daughter, she sage and things like that. So you have to definitely manifest and put things in order, and God will take care of it. I am a believer that God will heal you because I had a lump in my breast, and that lump is gone. Like I had
Oh wow.
fibroids. I don't have fibroids no more. Like, and this is so crazy. I talk about this all the time. When you breastfeed, every time my son breastfeed, I breastfeed my son. He heals me, I heal him. Like I don't have a period. I don't have any of those hormonal problems. I don't have any pains and cramps and all that stuff. That stuff is completely gone. Only thing I have, I feel, is that when my titties get full with milk, I know I better feed that boy.
It's time for him to eat
Okay, my titties are You know what I'm saying? That's the only little con thing about breastfeeding, and I think it's a beautiful thing. I think that God knew exactly what to do with me because I was going down a very, very dark road when my mom passed away. Like I did not want to live. I did not want to do comedy. I didn't want to sing. I did not want to do anything. All I wanted to do was sleep. All I wanted to do was sleep. I didn't want to watch comedy. I didn't want to watch. I didn't want to get my hair done. I didn't want to get my nails done. I didn't want anything. I didn't want to talk to nobody. I was in a dark. I was just in a dark realm. I did not want to live because I told my mom, I said, I want to give you everything. My mother used to love Cardi B. Cardi B was a Libra. She's a Libra. My mother loved when she picked up her sister and they got drove around in the what is it, Rolls Royce around the city of New York. My mother loved that, and I told my mom, I said, I'm gonna do that for you, mom. Wait to see. You know, I made all these promises to my mom, and we'll do this and things like that. And unfortunately, I haven't, I couldn't do it, so it broke my heart, you know. And but I will dig her up in her casket, and if I gotta take her that way, I will.
No, she's
I
probably she's with
will,
you right now.
like, I will mummify her ass and put her in my front room.
Oh Lord. Like those funerals that people have when the people be sitting in the chair. Like,
Right, right.
Oh,
so
wow.
you
Hi,
know,
mom.
you know he left him a 40 ounce, girl. He got his 40 ounce in his hand.
Girl, hi, mom. Hey, you know what I'm saying? But yeah,
Mhm.
my mother was she's the reason why I have like funny dark you know, things. Because my mother used to say some funny shit. Like she would say, like she would put an extra on shit, and it used to be funny. Like I just love my mom. She was a Leo. Rest in peace, mom. Rest in peace. But
Be-
yeah, she's definitely the reason why I miss Lips. She was so funny.
It's interesting that you say that. What a great segue. Before we go, obviously you go by the name of Miss Lips.
Yes.
Now, I mean, it doesn't take Sherlock Holmes to figure out why you go with that name, Miss Lips. But how did you come up with the name? With I can imagine why, but maybe there's something more than the obvious. Or
Well, when I was younger, I have always had wide lips. Like I have always been heavy chested, and I used to have grown men like who completely disrespectful. When she was talking about men, I really disrespectful they are. I was young, like 10. Like this guy was literally telling me, he said, "Oh, you got some beautiful lips," and like you an old ass man, like. Why are you looking at my nuts? You know what I'm saying? And people
Man.
will always, you know, when I went to high school, they would say, "Oh, you got some DTLs and dick sucking lips." And I was like, "What?" I used to fight. Like I used to fight niggas. Okay? Like what? You know what I'm saying? So
That's
I
awesome.
used to fight just because God gave me these lips. And I was like, you know what? I'm always having issues with my lips. So I'm just gonna call myself Miss Lips. So that's how Miss Lips was born. And I did my first show at Atlanta Comedy Corner, and I was able to meet Skull Bubble. We went on tour with Mike Epps and Corey Holcomb and a couple other comedians. And he definitely he was like, keep doing you, keep telling your story, keep being unique. People like new shit. You know, he had this thing where he would roll toilet paper on the floor and he'll walk on it and he say he was shit, you know, and I thought that was I mean, that was the
Corey Holcomb's
coolest
crazy.
thing.
He's
Yes.
absolutely crazy.
I thought he was the best, and he was from my city, so it was like he passed away too. It seemed like all my little good homeboys and homegirls passed away, and I wish he was alive. A lot of the stuff wouldn't happen. Like I wish Bernie was alive
Yeah, Bernie
because
was
a lot of the stuff
crazy.
wouldn't happen. You know, Bernie wasn't selfish.
He was a salt of
He
the
wasn't
earth.
selfish at all.
He was salt of the earth. I remember there was a comedian named Diane Quarter, and
Mm.
they came to a comedy show that my aunt's friend put together, and she got sick, and Bernie Mac paid her medical bills. She actually had sarcoidosis just like he did, and so he paid all her medical bills. And I just thought that was just so beautiful for him to do that. He was really a nice guy.
yeah, no
Yeah.
one. I don't know anyone who talks badly about him. Like he has a great reputation, and that lets you know is how people talk about you, especially when you're not around. Really goes a long way of explaining how somebody really is and how they really do. Um, there's another one of those kings of comedy. I won't say his name. That most people don't talk very well about him. So I'll leave it at that. But no, Bernie was a real one for sure. Um,
Yeah, I mean, you can just look at his show, the Bernie Mac show, and you can watch it over and over and over again, and it's like you never watched it, and it's like his timing, the way he talked to the camera, talking about kids. A lot of people didn't talk the kids out on camera. Bernie did
Yeah.
very well because kids are, I'm not gonna say kids are bad, but kids can be mischievous and busy. And he talked about a lot of things. Like he talked about his sister being on drugs, and honestly, that is a really big thing. Addiction is a really big thing.
Mhm.
I really believe a lot of these people that have these power ego roles are addicted to narcotics. I really do believe that.
Yeah,
And
being
they
in that.
act have the behaviors of it, of being on that narcotic, you know, um, because you gotta be on something to hate on your brother or your sister. Like, the Fred Hampton movie, The Messiah. Did you see that? When it was talking about William O'Neill, it just spoke on how white people use black people, and then black people turn on their own people, you know. And I really think we need to understand that the person is not helping the community, and we need to talk about them people because them people need to be completely canceled. You know, like you're not building, you're breaking, you're destroying. You gotta go. You got to go. You know, and I stand on that. I really do stand on it, and people really gonna start to see the difference. A lot of people gonna start coming out. It's technology. People gonna start talking about it, and I hope it don't take 10 years because the whole R. Kelly thing. Honestly, I love his music, but he's been a narcissist for a very long time. Like when I was in
Yeah.
Chicago, it's certain schools he would go up to in Chicago.
Kenwood.
Girl, oh my God, Julian. Okay, he will come. He didn't go to Calvin because Calvin, that nigga had honey put him fucking with Calvin, honey, but he would go to Julian and have parks and different things like that, because he did want to flex. That was his thing. He would play his own music with sounds, sounds would be a really big thing back in the day. Niggas had sounds for days. And he would play his own music and he had his homeboy, his cousin, and his, people, around him, and they would get girls and they would go back to the studio and things like that.
I'm
The
bad.
only reason I didn't fuck with R. Kelly and I wasn't in that documentary because, again, I know the power of no. If I say no, I mean no. You know what I'm saying? Like I had a cousin who did fuck with R. Kelly, and I didn't fuck him or fuck with him because she did. I don't want, and I know my cousin. Like I said, before, I had a cousin that was nasty. I wouldn't want to walk behind that bitch. Like that bitch was nasty, honey. But if he fucked her, I don't even know what kind of dick he had. So I was like, nope.
Yeah, I've
So
had the pleasure of meeting Rob Kelly one time, and it was in a very interesting way. So I'm gonna say, I used to date a producer from Chicago. His family is known for singing. The Negroes can sing, and yeah. So I've he used to have a studio down on Michigan, downtown. And so we go down there. And one time we went down to Chicago Tracks, and that's when I got to meet R. Kelly. And I was like, "Oh, righty then." So it was a very strange situation.
yeah, R. Kelly was on that coke. He was on that coke. A lot of them are. A
Oh
lot
yes,
of
of
them
course.
on that narcotic. You know,
Yeah.
I'm a true 420. I believe in that. But I don't fuck with the white shit. I don't fuck with the white shit. I've seen what it do. It turn people into
Gotta be
monsters.
careful.
Yeah, it turns people into monsters. And unfortunately, R. Kelly is a brilliant artist, but he was a horrible, horrible person. And it's so unfortunate that nobody stood up to him and told him that you can't do this. And it's really sad. It's really sad because you got so many artists that go down in history with a shit stain. You know what I'm saying? Like I have a favorite button that I wear. I forgot to put it on, but I have a button of Michael Jackson before he did any plastic surgery or anything to his nose, before he permed his hair, before he did anything. This is the natural Michael Jackson. And I was told if Janet was to see this, because this is a real picture of Michael Jackson. Janet has this in her front room. If she see this, Joe Jackson said he will cry. She will cry because
Mm.
there's something about this picture. I was able to meet Joe Jackson on Hollywood Boulevard. He had a boutique, not a boutique, but he had a store where they had memorabilia. They had memorabilia about Michael Jackson. I took so much memorabilia and I gave away much memorabilia to fans in the comedy game because I'm all about giving things like that. But when he gave me this and he said, "Wear this," and he said, "If you ever see Janet, just show her this, and she's gonna show you and tell you the story behind this picture." So I just thought it was the dopest thing ever. I mean, meeting Joe Jackson and him having a conversation with me, talking about, because they from Gary, Indiana, and how poor they grew up. He said he almost, like, the whole story of how they got famous almost never happened. He had to fight too. He had to fight the powers to be. All these black boys singing, you know. Come on now, can you imagine? These guys singing better than all these grown people. It's so much competition they had. You had all these white artists they was in competition with. I'm not gonna say no names, but you kind of get what I'm talking about. But this
The
man right
Osmond.
here, right? This man right here, I sleep with this button on my bed every day because I had people tell me, oh, if you lighten your skin, if you wear a wig, if you do this and do that, if you get plastic surgery. I had a person tell me, oh, if you get plastic surgery, you'll be ready for the camera. And this right here, it gives me confidence to let me know no matter what you do to your body, the industry will never be satisfied. Okay. And I don't promote plastic surgery. I don't promote it. I think your beautiful natural beauty is beautiful. I think women should be proud of their flaws. I don't think nothing was wrong with his nose. Do you think anything was wrong with his
No,
nose?
no. I like that nose.
I
Yeah, he
love
was
his
just
nose. If you see his teeth was, he looked like a whole totally different person. This is before all of that. And
Yeah.
I just look at that, and that keeps me humble. And I talked about this on Speedy show. Um, it just keeps me natural. It keeps me me. Like I have braids, but this is African braids, okay? These are African braids. But I try to keep it as natural as I can. Like I use natural products and things like that. I do promote black businesses and things like that. But it's very important just to stay who you are. Because if Michael Jackson stayed who he was, I think his story would have been a little different.
I agree. I like anybody who knows me knows I'm a huge Michael Jackson fan. I love his music. He's one of the few celebrities that I actually wept when he passed away. And I mean, it hit me hard too. Uh,
Yeah.
And I just love
Amen.
Michael. I love Michael Jackson. You can't cancel Michael Jackson to me. So, and I remember somebody said something because I think I was playing something of his, and somebody was like, "Oh, you can't play after that Leaving Neverland crap," and I said, you know, I had no tact in that conversation. I was like, "Fuck you," I love Michael Jackson. You're not gonna get me on that. But anyway, so I want to thank you so much for coming on our
Oh,
program
you're
tonight.
welcome so much.
And
You're
this was so great listening to
welcome.
you, kicking off
Guys.
our series of funny people, uh, and we would love to have you back at some point on one of our panels. We talk about relationships. There's always some juicy topic we're talking about. So and it'll be like other men and women there. Maybe we'll do an all comedian panel. That might be interesting. Some of my
Yeah, that's
comedian buddies.
cool. And you
So
know what? A lot of if we could like ask, like when you go to a comedy show and you go to a comedy club, if you could request more female comedians, because there is not enough of female comedians. This is a male dominant industry. When you go see like a Corey Holcomb, you need to ask, is there more female comedians? Because it's always 4 to 1 comedian. It's 4 men and it's 1 female out of them 4. It's really rare you have a whole female show that you go to and you see it and it's constant. The racism in comedy, it needs to stop. The sexism in comedy, it needs to stop. The bullying in comedy, it needs to stop. Like people need to stop. Like it's getting to the point where it's becoming disgusting. And I've been talking about this for a very long time. And comedians, they have this thing, oh man, if I want to get booked. People, they really believe if they really speak up, the powers that be, that will stop them from getting booked. But I say, fuck that shit. Book yourself. You know what I'm saying? Something has to change. I am tired of seeing the same thing. Something has to change for women. We are not being protected. Look what happened to this young girl. Young girl getting shot. She's getting shot. All these people. Somebody should protect us. And it's bad that she's a foster kid. Who is going to protect us?
That happened here in my city. Mhm. That happened here.
it's horrible.
It hurt. Don't it hurt? Don't it
Yeah.
hurt? Before you leave the house, you gotta pray. Oh my God, I don't want to get shot today by a police officer or a nigga. You gotta say, or a nigga. I don't want to get killed by a nigga too. Like, we gotta stop this. We gotta stop this black on black crime. We gotta stop. Like, if you got a beef with somebody, you need to say, okay, I apologize. I'm still waiting on Zoe Williams to apologize to me. I'm still waiting on him to send me my cash app of my money. You saying this and you saying that, but you pay Corey. You pay Corey his money, but you're not gonna pay me my money.
When they about to fight, maybe he's scared of Cora.
Maybe Corey. That's true. That's true.
Well, you
He
gotta
needs
catch
to be
that. You gotta,
Ghana.
you gotta catch
Don't
that
let me
lick.
get pussy out. All I gotta do is play with the pussy. Okay? Don't get so. Don't get so. Don't get so. Look at her. She turned her back on me. She said, bitch, fuck though.
Hilarious. Hilarious.
Yeah, thank you for
Well,
letting me do indie radio.
yeah.
I
Thank
appreciate you
you.
guys. Y'all are dope. Continue to keep doing this. And I
Mhm.
would
Oh,
love to come on again.
how can we get you in social media and stuff?
Yeah, so I'm on Facebook as Ms Lipps Wilson. And I'm on Instagram, Comedienne Ms Lipps. I'm on Clubhouse at MSLIPP Lipps. I have a website called MsLipps.com, which I have beautiful goodies. I have goodies, darling. Oh, I have goods, goods. And this, you can put this in your butt. Okay. It's not KY, but it's something like it. But you can put it on your lips. Got little lip symbols in there. I didn't use it up. I have lip gloss and I also have bags. I have socks. I have t-shirts. Try not to drop my laptop on the floor. I have some merch on there that is going to be awesome. Like I have tank tops with the lips on them, signature lips and things like that. I'm trying to get this gag. Having some technical difficulties. This is one of my Ms Lipps bags, and they have little sparklies on them.
Oh wow, that's just
It's very simple. Put it in your mouth. You be like, oh, I ain't sucking no dick today. You know your husband. I keep saying husband. You know you suck your husband dick. You put this in your mouth and go to sleep, and you won't choke to death. And I have the one without the belt. This is the original Miss Lips. You put this in your mouth. This is my pussy pink. I have someone that's lavender. It's gonna be Calm Me Down, and they're gonna be out soon. I have a lot of also I have two movies that's coming out called Santeria
oh
and
nice.
The Killing Fields, which is gonna be a great documentary about Dr. Huey P. Newton, Phyllis Mitchell, and it's versus the Oakland PD. So it's a timeline movie that was based in Oakland, California. I met a beautiful writer called Dennis Alums, and he wrote this beautiful script. It's based off on the Lion, Panther, and the Rye, and it talks about the demographics of and economics of the dope game and how the Black Panthers and the drug dealers came together like the trap kitchen and they went against the police and they protected thousands and thousands of Black people in Oakland because at the time the police and the Klan was hanging, lynching people, killing people left and right, and they put a stop to that for a long time. So, and my movie Santeria is a comedy horror movie. It's about the Book of the Dead, how the Book of the Dead kind of like take you, astral project you into your ancestor, and you become your ancestor versus the person you were before. And it takes over your soul, and it's between the pastor and the witch who's going to bring you back into a portal. It's a sci-fi movie, so that's coming out soon. It's getting edited right now, so look out for that. I have clips on my website at misslips.com. I also have a comedy special that's coming out, Miss Lipps series, that's going to be picked up by Comedy Central. I'm praying on that. It's going to be just series about my life, a reality show about my life, things like that. So be looking out for that too. So I'm very excited about that. And again, I want to thank my kids, Comedy, Kenya, um, my daughter that's still for me, Kizavana, my other daughter that got the worst baby daddy in the world, Kendra. Look, I'm naming these bitches. I just want to thank my kids, and I want to dedicate this piece to my mom because I know I brought her up. Her name is Kim Coleman, and that's it.
Oh, well, thank you so much.
It's a pleasure.
Mosaic, how can
Yeah.
we get you social media and all that good stuff?
You can find me on Instagram at Mosaic Star, also Clubhouse at Mosaic Star, Twitter Mosaic. Yeah, just at Mosaic. Yeah, you can find me there, and also you can find my business Missouri Y2 Beauty and Wellness at Missouri Y2 on Instagram. I'm getting ready to start back launching again. I'm getting ready to start stocking up my product. I can't wait. I'm excited to see what this new look I started now because I rebranded my business. So I
Yeah.
can't wait to get my product out there, y'all. Come holler at me on Clubhouse.
Yes,
All
and
right.
also can I promote my song real quick?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna play it real quick. Hold on, because I sure forgot to tell you. So I have this song that's called "Am I a Hoe?" and it's basically telling people or the guys, you know, yeah, you might look at me as a hoe, but I'm really not a hoe. You know what I'm saying? So it's like an oxymoron. Let me pull it up. I'm having some difficulties, but it's okay. And it's on SoundCloud. Okay, is it coming or what? Okay, it's coming. Okay. Am I a hoe? Am I a hoe? Am I a hoe? I'm all in the club like what? Can't clean my back, so what the fuck? You coming to me crazy like on the touch? I wanna smoke with you when it'll crush. No, tell me no. I wanna hear you say no. While I'm riding it, let me say that shit feels good. Don't cry on my DM on my fucking phone. Leave me alone. I gotta go. I gotta make these jokes work. I gotta do this. I gotta look cute. I gotta wear all over my boots. I gotta twist my hair up top. Put some coconut on top. Let me lick up on my knees. Let me make your pussy bleed. I come for 5,000. Bitch, I ain't allowed it. I would get all in them guts like them nuts. I'm on that dick over here. Let me put that pussy in here. Bend over, bitch. Come here, yeah. Come here, yeah. Come here, yeah. Come here. I will show you that I said no, don't do it no more. I said no, that chick make my pussy so cold. I don't care if your mama be I'm all ho, 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 ho. I'll let your grandmama know I'm a hoe, 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 bang, 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 motherfucking bang, 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 bang. My shoes off the bed, my stars off the bed. Run that sex, run that sex, run that sex on the face. Third eye, third eye, lie. I'm a, I'm a, I'm a, I'm a ho, 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 ho. Let them know. I say no, 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 no. You want more? It's on my SoundCloud.
All
I got
right.
bangers. I got some club bangers on there. I just appreciate that, man. I
All
have a
right. Drop me a link to your SoundCloud on Instagram, and I'll make sure it's in the show notes for the show tonight.
I sure will. I
All
sure will.
right.
I appreciate you, Queen. You have a great day, great night. Y'all be careful out there. Burn your sage.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Telling you, like, burn sage for your haters,
For sure.
And
For
then
sure.
keep
I'm one of
doing
the
what
people
you
I
got.
don't be noticing them half the time.
And you guys can
I know.
you,
But it's
you
good to
guys,
know who they are.
yes.
You don't want to be shocked. You
Right.
don't want to be shocked. But as soon as you know your hater, just
And you guys can get me at Kente F on Twitter, at Kente Ferguson on Instagram. And of course, the website is indyradio.org. That's indyradio.org. Join us next week for an all new episode of Men and Women Talk, the Mars Venus Show. We love you guys. Have a great rest of your week, and God bless you.
Good night,
have
everybody.